Hi guys! My sister's just got me a new basket, which I love, so I thought it'd be a good reason to walk around the garden and pick some of my favourite salad ingredients that are really easy to grow, and to show you what you can start growing in your own garden so that whenever you want to make a salad you can just pop outside and get your ingredients. So this is my butter crunch lettuce, and this is actually all stuff that came up from seed. I put an old lettuce plant that had gone to seed just in the pot, like I just chucked it there a few months ago, and all of these came up. So this is a beautiful variety of lettuce. It's really soft and very tasty. It's really mild. Doesn't seem to go bitter, so this is one of my favourites, and I always let a couple of plants go to seed in the hope that they might cast their seeds around the garden and that I might get more plants just popping up in random places. I also don't harvest the whole lettuce all at once. I usually just pick a few leaves off each plant, a few of the biggest leaves, and that means that the plant will just keep growing rather than, I think some people will pull the whole plant out in one go, but I prefer just harvesting the leaves as I need them. So I've got the butter crunch, and next I'm going to pick a little bit of silver beet. So this is also called chard, and mine is getting slightly eaten, nibbled at, but it's still good and it's still got lots of nice, strong, healthy young leaves. So I just get rid of the stem, I just compost it and use the soft outer leaves in my salads. Then you can use it raw. But you can also cook with it as well. Over in the pond, this is kangkong, which is a type of water spinach. And it's a bit small at the moment because I gave it a prune just the other day, but it grows these really lovely, mild, kind of long, skinny leaves, which I think makes salads a bit more interesting, because you don't usually see these in regular salads. And this is, super easy to grow. If you've got a pond, definitely grab it and chuck it in, and it just grows pretty wild actually. So, and then up here, got some wild rocket. So this is a bit like the lettuces, it just pops up all through the garden, and it's rocket or arugula. It's got a lovely peppery, slightly spicy flavour, and I love it. I think some people find the wild rocket quite strong, but I just love it because it will constantly be popping up all through the garden, and it makes these lovely little yellow flowers. And it's great. It's great on salads. I love putting it on top of pizzas. You put it on top of scrambled eggs, heaps of stuff, and it just adds a really nice pepperiness to it. And then another plant that just pops up all over the place, my nasturtiums. They just grow like a weed. In fact, I'm pretty sure Luke thinks they are a weed, but I think they're really handy because you can eat the leaves. They've got a peppery taste as well, and you can also eat the flowers. And the flowers actually have this little bit, see there, that you can, this bit here, you can pinch off, and you can drink nectar from this little pointy bit. And it's really sweet, it's really lovely. And then you can tear the petals off and pop them in your salads too. And down here is my thyme, which is really lovely. I use this as a seasoning in heaps and heaps of dishes. And here, this is my oregano pot, which has just done so well. I love running my fingers through it. It smells amazing. And this has been a great discovery to put in salads because the leaves are quite chunky, it actually kind of beefs up the salads, but the flavour is not too strong, so I chuck heaps of this in. I put it in pasta as well, and in all sorts of salads. Oregano can spread quite a bit, so if you look at this pot, I got a plant that was only about this big at the start, and it spread through the whole pot, which I love because it's just sending little creeping tendrils out. I I think it's really pretty, but it's probably best to try growing it in a pot rather than planting it in the ground, or you might find that it's a bit invasive. But in a pot it's great and we use it all the time. These are the tops of the sweet potato plant, and the root is the sweet potato as you know it, but you might not know that you can also eat the leaves. So you can pop them in stir fries or you can throw them in salads. And then if you want to add some flowers or something for a bit of interest, you can try growing fennel. Fennel is so easy to grow. I think I bought a fennel plant maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I've never bought one since because it always just self-seeds in the garden. And it produces the most beautiful flower heads. These actually taste kind of like licorice lollies. They're so nice. You can just pluck one off and eat it. It's really yummy. So I might get a bit of the lovely little frilly leafy bits. Maybe 1 or 2 flower heads. I'm going to get a bit of spring onion. So these are my spring onion plants. They're looking a bit ratty, but that's fine because I've got a new batch that I'm growing from seed that I'll put in soon. One other thing that's really good to grow in the garden that is really helpful with lots of different dishes is this. This is society garlic, and it grows. It's really hardy, grows so easily, and you can use it like garlic chives. So you can chop it up, put it on breakfasts or like avocado toast or something like that. You can use it in heaps of dishes, and it's sadly not producing any flowers now, but when it does flower, it sends these beautiful spikes up with purple kind of bell-like flowers, which are really beautiful. So that is definitely worth growing. You can also rip it out and separate it at the base and make heaps more clusters. So I'm gradually letting mine grow and then dividing it up and spreading it throughout the garden. So there'll be little purple flowers dotted everywhere, and you can eat the flowers. The flowers have this great burst of garlic taste, so you can sprinkle them on top of anything and make it all fancy. I put them in salads as well. Last but not least, a little bit of parsley. I won't take too much because these ones have just come up from seed, so their plants are still quite little. There's one there, there's another few in here, but this one's looking quite big, so I think it'll be okay to take just a couple. And there you've got it. So these are all really, really easy things to grow, and they're pretty much always available in the garden. And you can just go out and pluck just as much as you need and eat it like totally fresh. Throw it from the garden into your salad bowl and be eating it like 3 minutes later. So yeah, these are the things that I think you should plant.